What is going on, Raptors Nation? It is Luca here back with another video. Wanted to come at all of you with a quick video as the Raptors are set to take on the Utah Jazz in a couple hours from now. The Raptors, they are trending in the wrong direction. And as a result, they have been in a ton of trade rumors. I'm going to talk about the latest. Before I do just that, do me a solid, everybody. Hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And please subscribe to the channel for more Raptors content over here on the Raptors Nation YouTube channel. So, I did mention this in the pod that I was going to do a separate video on this. I want to talk about the latest as it pertains to the Raptors trade rumors. So first, it was said by Shams. He was on Run It Back TV, and Shams said that the Philadelphia 76ers have a level of interest in OG Anunoby. And this is pretty significant because the Sixers just played the Raptors the other night. And although OG Anunoby has not been playing well for the Raptors over the last 4 at the time of this recording, you better believe he is going to garner a lot of attention as we get closer to the trade deadline. I mean, he's a 3-and-D skill set. A lot of contending teams could use him to try to get over the top. And the Philadelphia 76ers, we did see their big three play well against the Raptors as Tobias Harris, Embiid, and Maxey went off. But that was against the Raptors. And if the Philadelphia 76ers are serious about knocking off the Celtics and Bucks en route to getting to the NBA Finals, I think they're going to have to add another top-tier talent, and that top-tier talent could be OG Anunoby, who would obviously be reunited with Nick Nurse, and he would be alongside some pretty good players in Maxey and Embiid. But of course, it's going to come down to the price. Are the Raptors even willing to trade OG? He is one player that has constantly come up in trade rumors over the last couple of seasons this past summer, and the Raptors have been reluctant to move him. So we will see how that plays out. But just interesting that Shams did say the other day that the Philadelphia 76ers have a level of interest in Anunoby. And with the Raptors season just falling off a cliff at this point, it'll be interesting to see if the Raptors indeed go for a full fire sale. Now, another team that is set to be interested in OG Anunoby, this is per Hoops Hype's Michael Scotto, the New York Knicks. He said this in his latest piece. The Knicks also remain interested in trading for Raptors forward OG Anunoby, league sources told Hoops Hype. Last season, Knicks forward RJ Barrett came up in those brief trade inquiries, but nothing substantive materialized. That's likely to remain the case again unless New York blows Toronto away with sufficient first-round draft pick compensation and maybe another young asset. And that's the thing. The Raptors are not going to trade OG unless they get a package that wows them. And this is going to lead me to the next thing that was actually reported by Michael Scotto in the same piece. He says that at this point, it appears likely, more likely, that the Raptors are going to trade Pascal Siakam over OG Anunoby, as Hoops Hype's Michael Scotto said this, and I quote, with rival teams expressing trade interest in Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby, the consensus among the vast majority of NBA executives who spoke with Hoops Hype was that Siakam would be the one more likely of the two players to be traded. NBA executives exploring the trade market for wings believe Toronto will do whatever it takes to keep Anunoby in free agency this summer after he formally declines his $19.93 million player option. And this is something that I've said and predicted. If the Raptors are going to keep one of the two, I think they are going to keep OG. They've been so reluctant to move him. And usually when a team enters a retool, rebuild, you trade your best player, who, by the way, is going to turn 30 years old. So he's not going to match that rebuild timeline, and cash in on players, young players with upside and picks. And trading a guy like Siakam would definitely get a lot more in return than OG, in my opinion. And I think the Raptors are headed in a direction where they do see OG and Barnes kind of being the catalyst of the next chapter Raptors basketball. So we'll see what ends up transpiring here. But the Raptors, it looks like change is coming sooner rather than later, guys. I mean, this team, as constructed, not good enough. They continue to fall in the standings. They continue to get further away from playing contention. If they lose against the Jazz, they would have the 7th worst record. So they can essentially try to bottom out after to keep that 2024 first-round pick, which is top 6 protected, which means if the Raptors finish with the top 6 pick, they keep it. If it's outside of the top 6, they don't keep it. It goes to San Antonio. So there's a lot at play here, but it does look like a big trade is imminent with this Raptors team, as the rumors are going to continue to come through. Trade season is here. Things are going to ramp up as we get closer to that trade deadline. as I don't think anything's going to happen necessarily before the 30th, which is a significant date when it comes to the Pascal Siakam contract. But there's going to be a lot of chatter definitely leading up into the trade deadline, especially if the Raptors keep losing like this. So, guys, what is your reaction to this? Do you think the Raptors are going to trade OG? Do you think they're going to trade Siakam? What do you think the Raptors are ultimately going to do? Let me know your thoughts. Hit a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. Until next time, stay safe.